Okay, cool. So, hi everyone. I wanted to chat with my friend and teammate Elaine here as she runs a whole bunch of businesses. She is an entrepreneur and she is fantastic at what she does, and you can tell us a little bit about like the variety of capacities you I guess identify yourself as an entrepreneur in, but
Yeah.
I'm so excited to pick your brain a little bit and kind of just uncover this elephant in the room about MLMs.
Okay, awesome. And excuse this halo coming shining on top of me. It's driving me crazy. And I'm in New York City, so there's always construction or some other weird stuff going on. So excuse the background noise. But thanks for
I'm not
inviting me
even
on.
in New York City, and it's like so much noise. So same.
Yeah, so just a little bit. Yes, I run a few different businesses, and I am a brand new Rodan Fields consultant. So newer than you actually. So I've only been doing this for a few months, but I run a music and charity platform where I work with a lot of festivals, musicians, DJs to raise different money for charities and causes around the world. I also have a coaching business where I work with people on building brands and communities, and then a recently launched greeting cards company. That is before I decided to join Rodan Fields after using the products for 3+ years, just because my plate was full, but just with everything, everything I tried, and then the lash boost, I was like, okay, I gotta like at least not sending money to someone else and just like make money off of sharing what I already use on my face,
Totally.
my glow, my lashes, and well, now my brows. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. I think it's so cool that you're involved in like all those different outlets. It's awesome. So I guess, so one big thing that I hear a lot with, I guess like my generation especially, is like everybody seems to equate like any direct sales company, any network marketing company, any multi-level marketing company, that equals pyramid scheme. And so the thing about that is like, first of all, no, but also I think it's also like every company has the potential to operate very differently. So I feel like it's a really wrong and intense assumption to make. What do you think?
Well, even prior to joining Rodan Fields, I've had my like take on this. I've always defended that, right? Like if people say MLMs or network marketing is a pyramid scheme, I just, I feel like life and corporations is a pyramid scheme. And this is coming from a business owner. This is coming from someone that also used to work in corporate America. This is coming from someone that had to work up the ranks, right? Starting as a marketing coordinator to then like marketing, then business development, then like VP, and offered the partner position. So it's like, I have always been big about like incentive-based, performance-based, right? I don't believe in everyone clocking in, clocking out, and no matter what effort you put in, or you get the same amount out, like money or recognition or whatever that may be. So yes, there's some scammy companies out there. And I say this because I have a lot of experience with network marketing and MLMs in general. I am a solid 7 years older than you. I'm 32, so I don't know how you're one generation, I guess, behind me.
Yeah.
So I have definitely sat in on a lot of meetings. I know a lot of friends that's done different marketing, network marketing companies, and I have experience with them. I've bought from a lot of them as well. And as a supportive friend, naturally, when someone's like, hey, come to my whatever thingy majigger, and I'll be like, okay, like I'll come, I'll listen, I'll support. But being like really business minded, I love to ask questions. So there are companies out there that like sells the, oh, if you join today, you'll be like a millionaire tomorrow, which, dude, nothing unless you win the lotto. Like unless you win the lottery, like that's a false promise, right? So there's definitely dirty, scammy ways of like recruiting.
Right.
And there's definitely products and services out there that's, I don't know, just okay or less.
Right.
So I really feel like it's certain companies that gave the bad reputation of pyramid scheme, right?
Totally.
Like companies that's focused on just recruiting, getting as many bodies as possible, getting as many signups to buy like 25,000, I'm making the numbers up, but like crazy packages, right?
Right.
But there's also companies that's legit, that's not. Like I'll say like Rodan Fields, just because we're both in it, I'll share that. But there's a lot of great network marketing stuff, not as network marketing. It was products in shelves, selling the crap out of all the other brands. And so the founders, the dermatologists, decided to pull that off the shelves because they'd rather pay people that were loving the products, referring their friends to come into the stores to buy the products. So it changed into a virtual business. It changed into network marketing. So, but if there's a good product that people love and buy and keep coming back for, AKA 3-year customer, hello, then what makes that a pyramid scheme?
Right.
Anyway.
And I think that's like such a valuable point, because like our doctors weren't like, how can we exploit people with this product we have? It was completely the opposite. It was like, okay, like we're in retail, we're in Bloomingdale's, we're in Nordstrom's. We want, and like, it's not Nordstrom's who's like doing the advertising, it's our everyday customers who are doing it. So might as well like empower them to have their own business for doing what Nordstrom's was doing before. So I think that's such a good point. And also like, with like the pyramid scheme model, like I think it's such an important point. Like, there are like scammy things out there with the get rich quick, but like with legitimate companies, like, no, you gotta work for it. And you gotta work for it, but like when you have like a viable product, unlike a pyramid scheme where is there even a product? Like, no, we're like the #1 skincare brand in North America. So you have an amazing and viable accredited product to sell made by the proactive doctors. Like that is the opposite of scammy.
Yeah, and there's a few other things too. It's like, I also want to bring this up. Like I literally, I don't know, I've sat through so many presentations. I have friends that do other network marketing businesses, and I still support them. Like even if I'm not like, okay, I won't join your business, but I'll still buy the products, like health supplements, like whatever, like insurance or whatever. So the thing is, all businesses, like someone makes the money, right? Doesn't matter if it's a CEO, the top level execs, or in this case, it's everyone who's producing, who's sharing a product, who's selling it. So it's like, I really don't understand when people are like, oh, you have a great product, or like #1 skincare or #1 health supplements, but I would never support that because I don't support direct sales or like MLM companies.
Right.
Okay, so you won't buy the best, let's say vitamin or the best skincare ever. You don't want glowing skin, long looking lashes, and beautiful brows, because even though it's amazing, you don't support a business. Like I'm like I don't know what the holdup is, but I think it's so ridiculous that a lot of people have not even experienced or tried it out for themselves, but they heard, like, let's say negative reviews, right? Like negative reviews on Google, an aunt with a second uncle with the cousin and the, whoever did this had a bad experience. But when you really dive in deeper, it's like any customer, any company, any business, there's always going to be ups and downs. There's always going to be your top performers, your middle people, and your coasters, right? So it's like I don't really understand the negative vibe feeling behind it, when really all it is you get out what you put in. as long as it's a good company, right? Like with legit products, not just like, I don't know, trying to sell someone something, or they have to hoard products, or they have to like resell what they buy, which is not what a good company is about.
Not
you don't
at all.
hold shit. Like the company fulfills the stuff, right? Like you don't need to buy to resell.
Well, and that's exactly it. And I think about in terms of like what we put in, like there are things out there that are like, okay, like recruit, but like we, like our model, like first of all, we have like an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, which I mean, that's pretty significant. Like there can't be sketchy things happening there across the board. Whatever, there's still doubt, fine. But like everything we do is based on product sales. And I mean, consultants can like, there's so much flexibility and like range to basically do whatever, whether you're a consultant, whether you're a customer, you're never stuck. Like you could sign on as a consultant from at like 45-50 bucks, and if you hate it, you quit, and then you can get your money back. Whereas like there are things out there that it's like, oh, you need to pay like $2,000 and like you got to stock all this stuff, and then you sell,
and no refunds.
You don't sell it.
Just make it work. Some people are like, just make it work. No refunds. No 60-day money back guarantee.
Right. And so, I mean, I feel like that's a big deal. And like, it just boggles my mind. Like, just because like, yeah, there's some companies out there who do these like sketchy things. It's just become like an across the board, like it's become an overgeneralization that all companies who have this business label are bad and scammy and predatory and want to steal your money. And it's like, no.
Yeah, I literally like, there's just this like, I don't know, I feel like people don't know enough and they just like make up assumptions. But I will say this, if anyone's looking to join a network marketing company, it doesn't matter if it's Rodan Fields or another beauty skincare like company or a health company or whatever that is. It's like, look, like totally see the credibility of the company, their policies, and like their products. Like the thing that really stood out to me when I decided to even buy the product for the first time. I mean, I am a big skin person because I had like horrible acne and have combination skin, dry skin, and I would spend tens of thousands of dollars on my face because that's like the what, like being in marketing, being in like whatever, it's like, okay, people see my face. So I've spent so much money on products and facials every week now. So, you know, I have better skin now, obviously. But the one thing that stood out to me is I actually bought Rodan Fields from someone I did not know. She reached out to me on LinkedIn, right? She told me about the business, Christian, and I was like, okay, whatever. Like, let me sit through. I'm just like, okay, sell me. Like, I'm always like, sell me whatever you have. But I was like, no to the business, but sure, I'll try the products. There's 60-day money back guarantee, right? Empty bottle guarantee, meaning if I don't like it, return the empty bottle, get my money back. I was like, okay, Sephora doesn't offer that. Lancome doesn't offer that.
Yeah. And there's no
line doesn't offer that. Yeah, so I'm like, yes, I will try the hydration serum. And I never went back, right? Like, and then I bought more and more products because I was like, okay, well, this one product's great, this product's great, this product's great. So definitely I was a loyal customer, but rarely do you see companies or products offer that type of confidence. I'll say that confidence for your customer, confidence for someone that wants to try out a business. And I'm saying this because I know there are a lot of companies out there that's like, okay, buy this $2,000 kit, $5,000 kit and make it work. Right. So is there a money back guarantee? And you know, you're sold like the dream, right? It's like, yeah, you're going to make 2 times that, right? Which is almost never the case. So stop fucking it up for the rest of us.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. So
well, and the thing is too, like, I mean, not going to name names here, but like, I know there's, you know, sure, there's direct selling companies out there, network marketing companies out there that do make their consultants stock a ton of inventory, but that doesn't mean that all companies do that. Like if I had to stock inventory, there is no way like that is so stressful. I would never like how and like I know there's also like companies that, like you were saying, make you have that huge upfront investment, like, and no safety net of like in case you don't like it. Like that boggles my mind. But again, that's not the case for everything. And then I mean, I've also heard things about like with some companies, if you don't meet a certain quota, you don't get any commission on your sales, and that's like, what the heck? That is not cool. That is not cool. And that is
definitely not.
I want to be a part of.
Good company, you make what you sell, no quotas, you don't need to recruit. Of course, if you recruit, that's better. Like, we're not saying don't recruit. If there's an amazing business opportunity, amazing products, heck yeah. Like in the beginning, I was kind of like, I get a steep discount as a consultant. I literally, after 3 years, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna buy my regimen, I'm gonna buy my serum, and I really wanted the pore sucker. So I was like, okay, instead of 10% off as a consultant, I get a way steeper discount on products I've been using for 3 years. So I was like really not focused on the business, really. I was like, okay, whatever, I'm busy to make a little bit of money off of this. But just really, the company and the products have been amazing, and I've seen my results and my side hustle paycheck. So it's like now, of course, I want to share it with more people, but not in hopes that like the more people I get, I'm gonna make like what they bought. Like it's not, it's more of like just sharing the business and building steadily, not getting rich tomorrow, like FYI, but building steadily to like support my other businesses as well.
Right. And I mean, that's, I feel like an indicator of an actual business. Like an actual business can't be a get rich quick thing. An actual business is like, it's going to take some time and you got to put the work in, which is what this is. And I also think it's important to note that like, yeah, we can build a team, but we're not making money from their existence. Like there's some companies where like you build your team and just for them being on your team, like you make money. Whereas like with our company, for example, and I'm sure like some of the other good credible companies out there, perhaps, it's all based on product sales. So like, for example, like Florin, who's my sponsor, and Abby's sponsor for Christian, like she gets a percentage of the commission of products that they sell just because the company wouldn't have that consumer of the product without her, because she was the one who was like, hey Abby, hey Christian, you guys want to do this with me? So that's why it all goes back to like the sale of a product and not like, oh, you exist in my team, so let me with you.
Yeah. And I feel like there's also like two more things that came out when you said that is the whole pyramid scheme thing. It's like, so I have a very strong opinion around work ethic. Dude, I bust my ass. Doesn't matter when I was like working for the man or decided to like go off on my own. But I believe in work ethic. I don't believe in like really hardworking people and really lazy people getting paid the same. I am just not about that life. Like, so, and that's another thing. It's like, there's all this like bad reputation saying, oh, I know someone that knows someone that knows someone that, you know, joined a network marketing company and like didn't make shit. Well, did you ask that person
what they did,
what they did not do, what they committed to? Or were they just sold a dream and then bought the dream but didn't do anything with it? Like that's, and being an entrepreneur, I'll say this. I've started multiple businesses. None of them have been easy. My first one, immediately my first year between like traveling, setting it up, creating the merchandise, like all this shit, paying my LLC, like in California is expensive. New York and California, shitty places to start businesses. I spent like 50, 60K on my business that first year. And that's nothing. That's peanuts compared to, I'm sure, other entrepreneurs, right? Mm-hmm. My second business, it didn't cost as much, but there's marketing dollars. There's building your own website. There's like Facebook ads. There's all this money that I have spent multiple times now starting my businesses. And one of them was not profitable. The other one was very profitable. because there was a really low like startup cost. And then my latest, my greeting cards company, right? Like that I wanted to just have like a cute little like, instead of just like an online virtual platform, I wanted something that was tangible. Guess what? Paper, ink, stamps, mailing, Shopify, like all those things cost money. So I don't care, like maybe you're anti-entrepreneurship, but I don't care what business you start, but for as long as you start a business, there's gonna be costs, and oftentimes it comes with ground zero. There's no reputation, there's no like website built for you like we have, right? Like I wrote it in Field. So it's like coming from the business side, oftentimes if you're gonna want something of your own, a business, right? Something that like works for you, there's oftentimes a much higher risk than $45 or $395 or even $1,000 if you want to start something of your own. And it's for sure not guaranteed that you're gonna succeed at it and you're like gonna keep bleeding money into it. And some businesses were very profitable and others were not. So I'll say that.
No, that's a really interesting perspective, especially since you have, pursued all of these different business avenues. That's super interesting. It's so noisy. And I think also like it all, like when you are looking at a company, like regardless of the type of company, like don't you just want to know like what their reputation is? Like regardless of like what model they use, you could have a company that, let's say, is not a direct sales company. They could have horrible morals. They could be putting money toward like who knows what kind of like deep dark hole politicians, if you want to get into that. Like that is why it's not even about like just like the way that things are sold. So like,
yeah.
And if you think about it, like with our company, something that like drew my eye at least was TPG Capital, which is the same firm who invested in Uber and in Airbnb. They invested $1 billion into RNF. So like someone like that isn't just gonna like throw their money, like, cross their fingers at some random company. Like these things matter, and I feel like there's, for some reasons, like people just like to make this like really general and broad assumption without considering the whole picture, which I mean, in the grand scheme of life is not the greatest idea.
And on top of that, I think Rodan Fields got to $1 billion faster than Starbucks and Apple as well.
Wow.
So that's something else to consider. And there's a few things, like I am all for hearing out different MLMs. I'm always like curious. Even if I don't like it, I'll buy the products and try it. I am a consumer, and Americans in general. But like I think that like skincare is also, I was recording a video the other day, and the truth is, like, I literally just joined this business right around the beginning of COVID. I was not putting COVID and business and Rodan Fields together. I was just more of like, oh, this is when my lashes are touching my glasses. And then Christian was like, hey, so you're gonna join me in the business? I was like, let me get on a call with this lady. And so it was like not correlated at all. But then I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy more products, blah blah blah. And so fast forward,
you wanted to.
I wanted to, right? Fast forward, I'm so glad I did, because guess what? The music industry, so that's one of my companies, the music industry went to the shitter. As far as there's no DJs DJing, right? I mean, they're doing quarantine DJing on Facebook, but there's no shows, there's no festivals. My like artist development networking events are done. They're now on Zoom, right? So it's like, thank goodness, like my company hasn't, like, we're not heavy on making money off of events or anything like that, but the entire music industry and entertainment industry has taken a huge dump, like literally. Yeah. So that sucks, right? And I have my coaching business. So I was already like looking to scale that in a way where I didn't have to work with clients one-on-one, because it was very like emotional. It was draining, and it was rewarding, but I just really wanted my time back. But with that said, some of my clients were like on pause since COVID, because guess what? Small businesses, a lot of them are shut down / pending / closed / trying to figure out how they're going to pay their employees and their rent.
Right.
So that, like, my marketing and branding business definitely took a hit as well. Granted, I was making my changes, but it's like, ooh, okay, so the music industry took a hit. Okay, so now the marketing and like small businesses who are AKA my clients, they're taking a hit. Like, and I was like, okay, I'm launching my greeting cards company, diversifying my streams of income. And greeting cards, I feel like some people were like, do you want to sell greeting cards right now? Maybe people aren't buying. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. Maybe people are wanting to send love during this time of being away from their loved ones. So I was like, screw it, I'm going to launch it anyways. And like Rodan Fields, because it's completely virtual and it's recession proof, because guess what? Even if people aren't spending on traveling, music festivals, you know, and you know they still want to look good for like Zoom, so they want their lashes and whatever. So I didn't put 2 and 2 together when I was like, okay, whatever, sign me up. But now I'm seeing that I believe we sold like more during quarantine than we did pre-quarantine, because people are like, oh, self-care, like it's not a splurge, it's like a self-care thing. Now that I'm not going to get my facial or my lash extensions or whatever people are doing, they're definitely still spending money to take care of themselves and doing like some at-home pampering. So that makes it like recession proof.
Right. And I think that all goes back to like, okay, when we want to take a look at like what kind of company this is, like, and okay, this company has a product that one is amazing because it's crafted by dermatologists, the proactive doctors who are still practicing dermatologists, and it's consumable. So it's not like and because it's people, we know that these have gone through clinical trials and you are expected to see amazing results. And that's why there is that return policy if for some reason you don't love it. But that's the thing. It's what you do with it, because everything is like set up for us in a way that we can take it and run with it, because it's a consumable and amazing product. But again, I think it all goes back to like, it is what you do with it, because while we are given all of these amazing tools and we have amazing support to help us succeed, we still have to take ownership and go and do it. And I think that's where there sometimes can be that misperception, where if there is someone who joined a direct sales company and didn't succeed, just like you said, well, did you ask them like what happened? Like, did they do anything? What kind of company did they join? What were the morals and principles of their founders? And I mean, I feel like I never saw myself, like I am the opposite of you in a way, like I never saw myself doing anything like entrepreneurial at all. But I feel like we get treated really well, better than corporate America, going back to the whole corporate America analogy where you're working for someone and trying to work your way up. Like even now they're paying, like what the company's done to like restructure is that they're basically paying their middle class more, like with this new like bonus program and stuff, like they're directing like extra bonuses and money toward like the middle class, if you will, which I think is so awesome. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, what else? I forgot, lost my train of thought. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'll say this. I think that if you put in the work, it's more of like a consistency thing. Like you don't have to be good at entrepreneurship or good at sales. You just need to be willing to like talk to people and not even like, hey, stranger, like let me talk to you. Although that's great if you do, but it's just like, I don't know, we are people that like to connect. We like to share.
Right.
Doesn't matter if it's the best restaurant, hence, you know, all these Yelp and Google reviews, right? But it's like, it could be skincare. It could be like a regular conversation. Everyone ages. Everyone gets acne. Everyone gets marks. Everyone has sensitive skin. So it's like, yeah, I don't really feel like if anyone puts in the work and like goes and talks to people will like fail at the business. It's just more of like, are you making a little bit extra? Are you making a lot extra? Right. So yeah.
And I think it's the nice thing about it is like we are given like the tools and support, but it is up to us and what we do. So like, yeah, there might be people out there that work for some companies, and I mean, and even any company that are going out there and being like, who knows, like pressuring people to buy their product or whatever. But like, we have the flexibility and like as decent human beings to not be that way and just share what we know is great. I mean, like you, the products have totally changed my skin. I mean, I spent a ridiculous amount of money at the dermatologist's office trying to help my acne, and these products is ended up working the best for me, no comparison to anything. So it's like, of course I want to share that, because that this like my not just it's more than just skin. Like you feel so much better, and like that's what it's about. It's not just like, here, buy my pots and pans because you like cooking. Like it that's how I think about it.
My knives, you said. Yeah. So like another, so I didn't mention this, but like I have spent tens of thousands of dollars on my face, literally buying everything at Sephora to, I mean, I let go of drugstore stuff a long time ago because most of it is kind of crappy. To like literally buying skincare from Tokyo, like when I went there.
Wow.
But I will say, when I used this product, it wasn't like, I felt it was amazing, but my facial lady was like, what are you using? And I'm like, totally cheated on you and stopped using your line that you developed for Asian skin. And I started using Rodan Fields. So it's like, anyways, I love the products, but outside of that, I had another like little thing that's going back to earlier. People promote shit all the time. Whether you're getting paid for it or not is like, so there's two sides, right? Like some people, like some influencers, let's say like some beauty influencers are like, oh, okay, well, I'll totally promote these products. You know, other brands, like non-direct sales companies, but I won't promote that. So it's like, that makes no sense. It's like they promote the products already, right? They need to buy, unless they're big enough influencers, they'll get products for free, right? But from their point of view, I'm like, okay, so you won't promote an amazing product, but you'd rather go out and make money off of it, but you'd rather go out and buy products to share on your Instagram feed. So that's one. The other portion is the followers. The people that follow content, right? I love, like when someone says, I like something, like right now I have my post on Facebook is like, what's the best air fryer? Like, I'm like, and whoever says this, I'm like, oh man, I'm so sold. So it's like, how I view it is like, whoever recommended me to like the best coffee ever, why would I be mad at them if they got 10% or whatever, like off of what they recommended me? So I don't like the whole like, oh, I don't support that. I really don't get, because I believe it's like, I don't know, a finder's fee or like someone that's working hard, sharing products that are amazing. It's like, why are we anti paying them or them making a little bit of money?
Exactly. And I mean, I remember like, because I was a customer first of Floren's, my mentor. I mean, I was happy to support her. First of all, obviously the products did amazing things for me, but I was glad to support her. I would rather she got the money than like Big Pharma, who I was getting my acne prescriptions from. Like I've known her for 20 years. Like I would much rather her get something from it than some CEO who I don't know or care about. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's my take.
I could go on forever about this, but at the end of the day, I will say, not all network marketing companies are bad, just as not all corporations are good.
Totally.
Like, we know that for sure.
Yeah.
So I would just say, before people come to like rush to the judgment or like, my company is bad, like, you know, I don't know, maybe do the research. Don't listen to like all these like negative reviews and people from a stranger of a stranger to the 10th degree.
Right.
But actually like talk to people you maybe know and trust, and maybe try the products. Like, I'm sure you send out like samples so people are like, oh, I don't know about the products, but like try it and just be like open-minded, I guess. As for anything, not just like direct sales companies, but like the company you're about to work for next, like for your 9 to 5, right? So
yeah,
that's my take on it.
No, that was really well said. Well, thanks for sharing. This was really interesting, and I really love hearing your perspective. So I'm glad we got to chat a little.
Yeah, awesome. Well, if there's a part two, then maybe I forgot some, but thanks for having me on.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.